that's not my fault. Thanks for Please remain standing as we begin our national anthem.
Sneak this mic.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets dragged there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening. I am Jackson Silla. Oh, yeah, you may all be seated. Good evening. I am Jackson Silla, the Senior Class Council President. Welcome one and all to the commencement exercises for the Coldwater High School Class of 2026. As we start our commencement program, I would ask that we please show our appreciation to the CHS Band, directed by Miss Katie Jewell, and the CHS Choir, directed by Dr. Jacob Simmons. At this time, Dr. Stephen Hope, Coldwater High School Principal, will come forward to introduce the Coldwater High School Class of 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Silla. Graduates, parents, and guests, on behalf of the Coldwater Community Schools Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, and staff of Coldwater High School, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the 159th Coldwater High School Commencement Ceremony. It is also my pleasure to introduce those on our stage this evening. Mr. Paul Flynn, Coldwater Community Schools Superintendent. Mr. Brian Shirk, Coldwater High School Assistant Principal. Mr. Todd Farmer, Coldwater High School Athletic Director. Mrs. Rebecca Heaton, ML Director. Mr. Toby Kirk, Coldwater High School Teacher. Ms. J.C. Horman, Senior Class Advisor. It is also my pleasure to introduce the members of the Coldwater Community Schools Board of School Trustees. These community members serve selflessly, giving their time, talent, and effort to ensure that we can continue with our tradition of excellence at Coldwater High School. This afternoon we have with us Ms. Claire Dean, Board Secretary, Dr. Kate Frederick, Board Treasurer, Board Member Ms. Kristen Lyon-Welch, and Board Member Mr. Jim Billsborough. I would also like to acknowledge the work of our counseling office and main office staffs for all of the hours spent in preparation of this event, especially Mrs. Karen Kinsey and Mrs. Holly Ward, who coordinate all commencement activities, from setting these facilities to making sure that students have the right tassels and cords this afternoon. This year's senior class sponsor, Ms. J.C. Horman, has been instrumental in guiding this senior class from their freshman year through the final ceremony. Ms. Horman, please stand. I would also like to thank our dedicated faculty for supporting our students on their path to graduation. Our greatest success is seeing every graduate succeed in life. Would all faculty members in attendance here today please stand? At this time, I will ask the Talon Dahl, Senior Class Treasurer, come forward to give tribute to the faculty and advisors.
Hello, everyone. Here today, as we celebrate this significant milestone for my fellow graduates sitting beside me, I have been given the honor of showing the class of 2026's utmost appreciation to the staff of Coldwater High School. Over the span of these past 4 years, this wonderful group of individuals has helped us build a foundation that sets us up for the rest of our lives. Staff, you have shaped the next generation of doctors, teachers, lawyers, and whatever wonderful careers my fellow classmates have decided to step into. Whether you're a teacher, administrator, nurse, coach, secretary, or simply a volunteer, your time donated to our class was integral to the growth as individuals. You guys show up every day with a smile on your face, ready to inspire the next generation to do remarkable things. And trust me, I know that next generation does not always seem like they want to be inspired. You guys have been given the task to change frivolous teenagers into functional members of society. My mom is an art teacher at 3 different schools, and I've heard the horror stories of what you guys go through to give these kids a shot in the real world. There are no guidelines for such a task because every one of my fellow classmates has a different mind with its own very unique way of learning. And staff, you not only adapted to those learning styles, but did it in such a way that some of us actually wanted to come back and learn more, which I know sounds crazy. At the end of the day, you guys treated us like actual people with lives outside of school, and were very understanding when our dogs ate our homework. Staff, please know the impact you have left on our lives will not be forgotten. The abundant opportunities me and my fellow graduates have been given in our lives comes from a foundation that you all helped build. You've watched us grow and drastically change over the last 4 years and supported us at every fork in the road. You have found a way to turn every obstacle into a lesson. In the wise words of Bob Marley, the greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. You guys treated us like actual people, which is something not as common as it should be in society. Staff, even though some of my classmates may not show it all the time, we are all beyond grateful for the vital role you have played in our lives. I know you don't hear it enough, so on behalf of Class of 2026, thank you for your assistance as we close this chapter and begin our new one. We really do love you guys. Please join me in applauding the whole staff of Coldwater High School.
Thank you, Mr. Dahl. Members of the Board of School Trustees, Mr. Flynn, members of the Coldwater High School faculty and staff, parents, friends, and members of the class of 2026. It is truly an honor and a privilege for me to introduce this graduating class. Their talents and skills are many. They have exercised their positive leadership and dedication all year at Coldwater High School. Today, I would like to focus on some of the many accomplishments of this amazing class so that all present here this evening can understand why I use superlatives when referring to the class of 2026. One senior has been recognized as a semifinalist in the 2026 National Merit Scholarship Program. Janet Rucker, please stand. "38 of our seniors are graduating cum laude with an overall GPA of 3.0 or higher. These students are honored with a bronze cord. Will all of these seniors please stand?" "31 of our seniors are graduating magna cum laude. These students have maintained a 3.4 grade point average or above for the first 7 semesters of their high school study. These students wear a silver cord. Will all of these seniors please stand?" And an amazing 52 of our seniors are graduating summa cum laude. These students have maintained a 3.7 GPA or higher. These students earned gold cords. Will all of these seniors please stand? Twenty seniors have become Coldwater High School Senior Scholars based on their SAT score and overall GPA. These students all wear a scholarship medal. Seniors, please stand and remain standing as your name is called. The Senior Scholars for 2026 are Madison Armstrong, Morgan Baker, Jackson Silla, Liam Clark, Talon Dahl, Isabel Friend, Madeline Greif, Kelsey Gruner, Sophia Gruner, Mallory McConnell, Madison Moore, Afna Munasar, Juan Pablo Ocampo, Sebastian Ocampo, Macy Paratis, Maya Porter, Ava Resignol, Janet Rucker, Charlotte Stow, and Miranda Walensky. "11 seniors scored a 5, which is the highest score possible on at least one AP exam during their time here. Will these 11 seniors please stand? Many of our students have attended the Branch Area Career Center to master specific skills leading to success in college and careers. Will all of the seniors who have ever attended the BACC please stand? Many of these seniors are members of the National Technical Honor Society, which recognizes students who excel in career and technical education. These students all wear a blue and silver cord. Will all of these seniors please stand? We have now arrived at a very special time in our ceremony when we honor the salutatorians and the valedictorian for the class of 2026. Janet Rucker and Sebastian Ocampo are salutatorians for the class of 2026. Mr. Short, please come forward and award Janet and Sebastian with their salutatorian medals of honor. Janet will attend Dartmouth College and study English and history to pursue a career in law. Sebastian will attend Michigan State University and begin pre-dental track to become a dentist. Janet and Sebastian, please address your peers. You're all good. You're all good.
Good afternoon, administrators, teachers, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. We finally did it. My name is Sebastian Ocampo, and when I found out I'd be standing up here talking to all of you today, my first thought was, no way. I convinced myself that I had started too late to take all the courses I needed, too late to raise my GPA enough, too late to keep pace with everyone. But here I am. Here we are. Today, class of 2026, we have proven that it's never too late. I think a lot of people who didn't grow up here have a hard time understanding Coldwater. From the outside, we look like any other small town you'd find in southern Michigan. But for those of us who grew up here and call Coldwater home, we know it's anything but small when it comes to the people. I was raised in Coldwater, but my family's roots are planted in Columbia. They moved here to seek a better life for themselves and for their children, much like the families of the kids I encountered when I started school. Growing up, I sat beside classmates from all over the world, America, Haiti, Latin America, the Middle East, and beyond. What is beautiful is that it was never a big deal to us. We are unique people with unique stories and unique experiences. But at the same time, we've grown up together. We built our lives together. This has been our collective story. That's what made these last 4 years what they were, our memories together. I remember our first year when we couldn't even spell freshman correctly for a homecoming banner. I remember the freshman and sophomore year shadow boxing competitions in Mr. Fischel's room. I remember winning soccer districts for the second time ever in school history. I remember decorating the floats, all of the homecoming activities, where we were two-time class champions, by the way, relentlessly hunting each other down for senior assassin, and all the random moments in class that we didn't think we would remember. We grew up right in front of each other. We were there for each other at our best and at our worst. These moments weren't just fun. They helped form us into who we are today. And I know some of us already have the next few years all mapped out. And I know some of us have absolutely no idea what happens the moment we walk out of here. I want you to know that's okay. Where you are right now does not dictate where you can end up. Plans change, people change, circumstances change. Some of the most successful people got started late in life. Steve Carroll didn't begin acting until he was 40. Jay-Z didn't have his first hit until he was 28. Even Colonel Sanders didn't open his first KFC until he was 62. A career change, the first big break, turning passion into reality. These things don't have an expiration date. All they require is the courage and determination to keep going, to take risks. So whatever you're walking into after today, whether it's college, work, the military, or just figuring it out one day at a time, don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you it's too late. To our teachers and staff, especially Ms. Horman, thank you for always being there and not giving up on us, even when you definitely had reasons to. Your sacrifice and dedication made our 4 years an amazing experience. To our parents, thank you for showing up every single day. You did more for us than you know, and probably way more than we know. To my parents specifically, gracias por todo. Thank you for crossing the ocean and building our future so that I could stand here today. And finally, I wanted to thank Pablo, my twin brother, my partner in crime. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to get this far. Class of 2026, we've come from different countries, different homes, different stories, but we walked out of the same hallways, sat in the same classrooms, and today, we stand together, united, at the same starting line. Wherever you go, don't forget that you are all capable of whatever you strive to be. Congratulations, Coldwater, we did it.
In the words of Miles Davis, we don't play to be seen. I'm addicted to music, not audiences. Since first grade, I've performed at annual piano recitals, prepared solos and scales for solo and ensemble and other events each year, and practiced to reach those goals. But for me, like Miles Davis, the instrument and the music are about so much more than performance. It's one of the best ways I can express myself. When I first listened to Rachmaninoff's Prelude in D major, I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I immediately knew that this was the piece I wanted to focus on for my senior year. It's longing, mournful, and nostalgic, but also hopeful, the perfect encapsulation of the emotions I was feeling going into my senior year of high school. I was determined that, no matter how difficult it might be, I was going to perform this piece and perform it well. However, I ran into a roadblock as I began playing it. Unlike other pieces I'd played that exhibited a single clear emotion, this one was more difficult to express. During a piano lesson, my teacher and I dissected the piece, focusing on its details. While we did so, I realized I could express the notes in my own unique way. They told a story that I could help create. Initially, I was too focused on the end result and how I'd score, but by the last time I played it for judges this spring, it felt like I was sharing a story and writing another page. I was just present and there in that moment, speaking through music, something I hadn't really let myself feel before. In a broader sense, I am someone who has struggled to live in the moment for a long time. I'm typically preoccupied about what the future will hold, or what happened in the past, or if my hair is too frizzy. That's something I'm trying to change, though. The present moment can hold so many beautiful things and tell so many stories. There's sunrises, the wind through the budding new leaves of spring, a smile, a new fact to learn about someone, and the beauty of a unique musical performance. The list is endless if you stop to check it. This is a time of fluctuation and change, but I want to celebrate some of the things I have right now, in this moment, particularly the people. I have enough thank yous to fit in several average-length speeches, but I want to shout out a few amazing people who have had a resounding impact on me. Firstly, I've been incredibly lucky to have had such phenomenal teachers throughout my 4 years here, and I've learned so much from you about not only your subjects, but also just life and being a good human, so thank you. Mrs. Jewell and Mr. Wood, you've made music a daily part of my life and orchestrated one of my favorite activities for the past 8 years. Terp, you helped me love English again, gave me a little more confidence, and taught me so much more than just literature. Hosty, you dealt with all of my chemistry crash outs and are still someone I can go and yap at 2 years later. Mr. Sheets, thanks for helping me understand numbers and letters, actually, and squiggly lines for the first time and teaching me that I don't have to be a crazy math nerd to be successful. Wilbur, you've encouraged me to get out of my comfort zone and have found so many fun, artsy things for me to do to get my hours in, and just because. When I was convinced the AP exam was in the morning, it was in the afternoon, but it was really in the morning, thank you, Mrs. Moore, for calming me down and for the coffee, and for being one of the sweetest and most genuinely caring people I know. Thank you to Waterbury for being a calming and genuine presence during a tough tennis match and just in general, meeting me where I'm at instead of pressuring me, and being the best coach for the last 4 years. And also to Morik for being so kind and an amazing listener and having the best style. Thank you to my piano teacher, Justine Hostetler, for helping me live in the moment as a musician and a person. To my friends, thank you for feeding me snacks, keeping my days hilarious and interesting, and telling me when I'm overthinking, even if it's somewhat frequently. Thank you to my theater friends, the MJP team, the band, and my tennis teammates for going through some of the toughest but also the best moments with me. Thank you to my classmates. Even if I didn't know all of you super well, I've had countless interactions with you during group projects, lunch conversations, and more, and you have all helped shape me and each other into the people we are now as we've gone through the years as a class. Finally, thank you to my family. I think almost everybody says this in their speech, but my parents have probably spent more time driving me places than they've spent driving themselves places, so thank you for that, and for supporting me in and between all of the many locations I have to be. Thank you also to my brother for being such a cool, smart person and still choosing to be my friend. I don't have much in the way of advice for you. Let's be real, we're all in the same stage of life here. Our divergent paths have taken each of us here, to this particular moment, just before we'll split apart again and go our own ways. I won't pretend I somehow know better than you, but something I want you to remember is that today is not an end, nor is it a beginning. It is a continuation, a transition in your life. It's not a day to be too worried about the past or the future, but to accept the now and what you've accomplished to get you here and the skills you've been equipped with. This moment is the turning of a page in this amazing novel that is life. Your future is a blank chapter, ready to be filled with love, creativity, accomplishment, and joy. Live your story and play your song how you would like to read it or hear it. Smile at that stranger. Try out for that team. Say yes and be you. Be addicted to the music, not the audience. It is much more fulfilling to have created a beautiful story with a couple ink blots than to have never written anything at all. So, go be you, go write a good story, and go make beautiful music. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, the salutatorians of the class of 2026. Stand again. The valedictorian of the class of 2026 is Afna Munasar. She will be attending Michigan State University, and she will study software engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian of the class of 2026.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Afnan Munassar, and it is an honor to stand before you today. I also speak very fast. I'm going to try to slow it down, but bear with me. Okay, so Coldwater High School is an experience that feels almost impossible to summarize in a couple of minutes. There isn't a specific feeling or words that I can attribute or attach to being here. There really is no perfect way to express what these years meant. So instead, I'll tell you some things I'll miss about being a student here. The familiarity, the ability to walk into a room and recognize almost every face. The easy comfort of being known by people who have watched you grow up beside them. The quiet predictability of a normal, unchanged routine. These situations are small, so small we might overlook them while we're living them. That's the deceptive power of everyday life. We rarely recognize the value of a moment while we are living inside it because we are usually too busy looking ahead. I think one of the strangest things about life and growing up is how often we tend to live ahead of ourselves. We seem to always be waiting for the next thing, the next grade, the next year, the next graduation, even somehow the next minute. There is something mundane but exciting and constantly valuing and accounting for the future. We seem to be living in a constant state of suspense, eagerly awaiting a life that we haven't even seen yet. Just imagine, perhaps as a vision or a dream. There is a quote by Oscar Wilde that essentially states, "If you know what you want to be, you will invariably become it. That is your punishment." Punishment might sound drastic or dramatic here, but I think it rings true in deciding your future. I don't necessarily think having a plan is a bad thing. It is good to have direction, to have something you're working toward, something that pushes you forward. However, the moment your plan begins to blind you to change and new visions, the moment you decide you are only one fixed thing, you shut the door on everything else you might become. At 18, I don't think I can tell you how to live your life, but I do think there is something valuable to staying awake and open to new possibilities. Open to change, to uncertainty, to evolving, and to becoming people you cannot yet imagine. Of course, there's no future without the people who have helped support and build it. Our teachers, staff, classmates, parents, and others who have also supported us in this journey. To our teachers, thank you. It is not an easy job, but you are the ones who quietly shape the futures we are all stepping into, even when we don't fully understand it yet. And I'll add a little bit of bias here. Thank you especially to my teachers. There aren't enough words to fully describe how grateful I am for all your help, so for now, I can only say thank you. And a special thank you to Mr. Hostetler, my former teacher and club advisor. For these 3 years, I'm very grateful. And to Terp, thank you for helping me write this speech. I know I can be very particular, and this was a long process, so I really appreciate your patience and help in shaping it with me. Above all, thank you to all of you. You make the future just a little less scary to walk into. To our staff, thank you for everything you do. The work that often goes unnoticed, but what makes the school function. You are all greatly appreciated. To our parents, thank you for the constant support, encouragement, love, and comfort. None of us would be standing here today without you. You are the steady foundation behind everything we've been able to build, even when we didn't always see or appreciate it. To my parents, I'd like to take a few moments to thank in my native tongue. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أرحب بكم جميعا وأشكركم على حضوركم ومشاركتكم لنا في هذه المناسبة المميزة. وأود أن أبدأ بتوجيه كلمة شكر خاصة إلى والدي. إلى أمي وأبي، شكرا لله أولا ثم إليكم. شكرا لكم على كل شيء. أنا ممتنة جدا لكل ما فعلتموه وساعدتموني على تحقيقه، ولولاكم لما كنت واقفة هنا اليوم. هذا التكريم والنجاح هو لكم بقدر ما هو لي، وأسأل الله أن يحفظكم ويديمكم في حياتي. أحبكم كثيرا. To my friends, both in and outside of school, thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. One of the greatest gifts of being a teenager is friendship, and you've shown me exactly that and so much more. Thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. You make the world feel a little less unknown and a lot less frightening to navigate. Pardon? To my sister, there truly wouldn't be a me without you. No amount of thank yous could ever be enough to show how deeply I love and cherish you, but thank you is what I will have to settle with. And finally, to my classmates, each of you is a piece of what these years have been, even if I don't know all your stories. Together, you are the essence of what made this year what it was, even if we experienced it in completely different ways. So, class of 2026, I don't wish you a perfectly clear future. I don't think any future worth living starts out that way. Instead, I wish for you the ability to not be finished too soon, to not decide too early who you are allowed to become, to let your future stay bigger than your fear of it. I wish you gray in a world that is so often black and white. I wish you nuance where people demand certainty. And I wish you the kind of courage it takes to walk into a future that is still writing you as much as you are writing it. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Afnan, please stand one more time. Many in the class of 2026 will be entering the local workforce, becoming contributing members of our community. Would all of the seniors who have had or will be starting a job locally please stand? At this time, I'd ask that Tucker Mushmeyer, Senior Class Council Representative, come forward and give tribute to our community.
Good evening, everyone. I want to begin by saying what a pleasure it has been for me to serve as the class council representative for this class. We've all spent a substantial part of our lives at Coldwater High School, and honestly, I couldn't imagine going through it with a better group of people. The class of 2026 is the best class, at least I know, and every single one of you helped make these years unforgettable for us. But now it's time for us to go on our separate paths. Some of us are heading to college, others into the workforce or trades, some heading into the service. And some of us are going down other paths we can't even think to imagine yet. No matter where our lives take us, I know our class is going to succeed. Life is going to have hard times, easy times, and everything in between. The hard times will make way for easier times, but the easy times won't last forever. That's just part of life. You've got to be prepared for the adventures that is our future. In a way, it's kind of like a roller coaster, full of ups and downs, sudden twists, and unexpected turns. But the important thing is that no matter what, you stay along for the ride. So I'm supposed to give a tribute to the community. And honestly, I don't think I could fit all I have to say into one short speech. But what I can say is thank you. Thank you to all the businesses. Thank you to all the community supporters, and thank you to our fellow citizens for their time and support. You all helped make these 4 years possible. With your monetary contributions, your support, monetary contributions, your time, and even just your thoughts and prayers for us. Our class has accomplished so many great things and made so many memories. And none of it would have happened without your support. It takes a village, and thankfully we have one like you to push us forward on our dreams. Before I finish, I also want to give a special thank you to my parents, Corey Wishmeyer and Julie Smoker, along with their spouses, Diana and Sean. Thank you for all the support, encouragement, and sacrifices you've made to help me get where I am today. I love you all. And finally, congratulations to you, the class of 2026. I wish every single one of you the absolute best in your future endeavors. You'll do great. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Wishmeyer. Two members of this class of 2026 will be entering military service, committing themselves to the defense of our country following graduation. Will all of our guests and patrons with us this evening who are currently serving or who have ever served our country in the armed forces please stand at this time? Jace Ferguson will be joining the United States Air Force. Jace, please stand. Macy Paratus will be joining the United States Air Force after attending Northern Michigan University. Macy, please stand. Thank you. Our academic competitions team again had an excellent year. Will all of our seniors who participated in Quiz Bowl, mock trial, or any academic team please stand? Many seniors spent time serving their school and community and club activities, from Interact to UNICEF to Astra to Bake Club. These students all contributed to life at Coldwater High School. Will any senior who has been in a club please stand? Our fine arts student earned recognition at the local and state levels. Many of our seniors competed in Scholastic Arts, the Congressional Arts Show, the Michigan Art Education Association Show, and helped beautify Coldwater through community murals. Will all of the seniors who are in art class please stand? The National Art Honor Society students don a rainbow cord. These students commit themselves to overall scholarship while immersing themselves in the visual arts. Will all of our NAHS members please stand? Coldwater's excellent musical production continues to be a source of pride for all of us, with many of our seniors performing in Les Mis, this year's musical. Will all of the seniors who participated in any of our musicals, choral programs, please stand? The Marching Cardinals once again provided outstanding entertainment and scored a 1 at this year's direction under the direction of senior drum major Janet Rucker. The concert band and symphonic bands also scored straight 1s this year. Will all of our seniors who were in the band or color guard please stand? The Coldwater High School Student Council serves as a liaison between the administration and the student body. Student council members plan all of the special events throughout the year. Serving the student council this year are Governor Olivia Searles, Lieutenant Governor Miranda Walensky, Treasurer Afnan Munasar. Will all of these students please stand, along with any senior who has served on the student council? Our senior student athletes, under the direction of the best coaching staff of the state, carried on the Coldwater tradition of excellence. Many of our athletic teams won division and regional championships. More important than individual achievements or winning as a team are the important lessons of sportsmanship taught on our athletic fields. 8 varsity sports earned academic recognition this year. The boys soccer team earned a conference championship, as did the girls track and field team. Softball went on a tear, winning the conference, district, and regional championships. Sorry for your loss yesterday. Will all of our seniors who participated in any of our athletic programs over the past 4 years please stand? At this time, Pablo Ocampo, Senior Class Secretary, will come forward and give tribute to our parents. Okay. Sorry, I think I skipped a page. We're going to go on. Pablo, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. Graduation is one of our biggest achievements to date, if not the biggest. But if we're being honest with ourselves, this one belongs just as much to the people sitting right in front of us. Our parents have been with us since before we knew what school was. They were there on that first day of kindergarten, probably more nervous than we were. They've cheered us on, driven us everywhere, and I mean everywhere. All hours, all weather, no questions asked. And what they gave us goes so much deeper than rides and packed lunches. Over these 13 years, they taught us things no classroom ever could. How to be resilient, how to be kind, how to get back up when life knocks you down. They never let us quit on ourselves, even in the moments we really wanted to. Now, they have to do the hardest thing yet, let us go. Whether it's college, trade school, the military, or the workforce. They have to step back and trust that everything they poured into us was enough. I know that's not easy for them, but everything they did over these 18 years was quietly preparing them for this exact moment. And speaking for myself, from day one, my parents made sure me and my brother had everything we needed. They got us to school every morning, made sure our homework was done every night, and made sure our grades were where they needed to be. Every game, every event, they were in those stands. Every single time. They sacrificed so much for us and never once made us feel like it was a burden. Without them, I really don't know where I'd be right now. And I mean that. I know a lot of you are sitting here feeling the same way about someone in those seats. Someone who gave you everything and never asked for a single thing back. So to every parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, and guardian with us today, thank you for everything you've given us and everything you'll never stop giving. And for my parents out in the stands, thank you for never giving up on me. I love you guys.
The senior class president was Jackson Silla. Vice president was Sebastian Ocampo. Pablo Ocampo was secretary, and Talon Dahl served as treasurer. The class council representative was Tucker Wishmeyer. Will all of these seniors please stand? Many of our students have served their school and community through the Coldwater High School National Honor Society. NHS members maintain the highest standards of scholarship, character, and service. Our National Honor Society members don white embroidered stoles. Will all seniors who are members of this prestigious society please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, this is just a short list of the many accomplishments of this wonderful senior class. Please help me acknowledge this great group of young men and women. Seniors, I would like to extend my personal best wishes to each of you. Your talents, energy, conviction, and skills will bring much good to our world. With your great foundational education at Coldwater High School, I know you are well equipped to handle the challenges of the many new beginnings that you will soon experience. It is my sincere hope that you, the class of 2026, will use your skills and abilities with wisdom and tolerance for the good of all. Congratulations to all of you. At this time, Senior Class President Jackson Silla will address his classmates.
Good evening, everyone. Today is a day we've looked forward to for years. It's a day filled with excitement, pride, and probably a little bit of relief. We celebrate the hard work, the memories, and everything that brought us to this moment. But while graduation is about achievement, I think it's also about appreciation. As we sit here in our caps and gowns, it's easy to focus on the diploma we're receiving or the future ahead of us, but none of us got here alone. I would like all of you to think of your best moment from high school, even those in the stands. For me personally, it's a tie between two things. It has to either be our last float decoration and going to McDonald's afterwards, or my performance at the state meet last year with Coach McConnell and my family there. And what I think is important about these moments is none of them were alone. And I doubt any of your guys' moments that you just thought of were alone either. Because the truth is, none of us got here without help. Every person graduating today has had people standing behind them every step of the way. Our parents and families supported us even when things weren't easy. They listened to us complain about homework, drove us to practices and events, and reminded us to keep going. Excuse me. Teachers stayed after school to help us understand lessons, encourage us to do better, and pushed us to reach our potential. Coaches, mentors, and friends challenged us to grow and helped us shape who we are today. Sometimes the people who make an impact on us don't even realize it. A simple conversation, a simple act of kindness, or someone believing you in that right moment can completely change your mindset. Looking back, I think we have all had moments where someone helped us more than they probably knew. High school has been a lot more about just classes and grades. It's been football games, school dances, early mornings, stressful exams, group projects, and memories that we'll talk about for years. We've experienced success, failure, change, and growth together. Through it all, the people around us make the journey meaningful. As we move on to college, careers, the military, or wherever life takes us next, it's important that we don't forget to appreciate the people who are in our lives. Life moves fast, and sometimes we get so focused on what's next that we forget to recognize the people who helped us get where we are. Success means more when you can share it with others, and no accomplishment is truly yours alone. There will always be someone who encouraged you, supported you, sacrificed for you, or stood beside you during difficult times. So tonight, while we celebrate ourselves, let's also celebrate the people who helped us become the people we are today. Take time to thank your parents, your teachers, your friends, and anyone who made a difference in your life. Those relationships and memories will matter far longer than any grade or award ever could. To the class of 2026, we should be proud of how far we've come, but we should also be grateful for everyone who helped us along the way. No matter where life takes us next, I hope we can continue to support each other, appreciate the people around us, and never take those connections we made for granted. I'd also like to thank you guys one more time. The opportunity of being your class president the last 4 years has been one of the greatest opportunities that I've ever had in my entire life. So one more thank you to you guys for that. And just simply, congratulations, class of 2026. We made it, and we didn't make it alone. It is now my privilege to present to the class of 2026 our Superintendent of Coldwater Community Schools, Mr. Paul Flynn. Mr. Flynn is a great supporter of all the students of CHS. Mr. Flynn, I invite you to address the class of 2026.
Good evening. Good evening, esteemed faculty, proud parents, honored guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. As your superintendent, it's an incredible honor to stand before you on this remarkable day, a day that marks both an ending and a beginning in your life. But before I get into my message for you, let's take a moment to recognize those who have made this journey possible. To our dedicated teachers who sparked curiosity and never gave up on you, even when on your most difficult days, thank you. To the counselors who listened, guided, and supported you through uncertainty, thank you. To the staff members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that every day was an opportunity to learn and grow, thank you. You have all been more than educators. You have been mentors, cheerleaders, and unwavering support systems. Students, as you prepare to walk across this stage and begin the next chapter of your life, I want to share a simple message with you tonight. To truly be happy in life, you must be first happy with who you are. That sounds simple, but it may be one of the hardest lessons that you'll ever learn. The world has a way of constantly telling you who you should be. Social media tells you how you should look. Society tells you how successful you should become. Other people may try to define your future, your worth, or your value based on your job, your bank account, or the number of followers you have online. But happiness does not come from living someone else's version of success. Real happiness comes from being comfortable in your own skin. It comes from knowing your values, recognizing your strengths, accepting your imperfections, and understanding that you are enough exactly how you are. Every one of you sitting here tonight has a different story. Some of you reached this moment with ease. Others had to fight through challenges people around you may never fully understand. Some of you face setbacks, doubts, anxiety, family struggles, losses, or moments where you wondered if you would even make it to graduation day. But here you are. That should remind you of something important. You are stronger than you think. As you leave high school, there will become moments when you compare yourself to others. One friend may graduate college before you. Another may land a great job immediately. Someone else may seem to have life perfectly figured out. The truth is, nobody has it all figured out. In my home, raising 2 kids, I always used to tell them life's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But that's wrong. Life's not a race. It's a journey of growth, mistakes, learning, and discovery. You don't need to become someone else to become successful. You don't need to pretend to be perfect to be accepted. You don't need to follow someone else's path to find meaning in your own life. Be authentic. Be kind. Be confident enough to embrace who you are and humble enough to continue growing into who you can become. And remember this, happiness is not a destination you arrive at someday after you get the perfect job, the perfect house, or the perfect life. Happiness starts with learning to appreciate yourself now, your character, your effort, your resilience, and your humility. The people who make the greatest impact in this world are rarely the ones trying to impress everyone else. They're the people who know who they are, stay true to themselves, and use their gifts to make make life better for others. So graduates, as you move forward, chase your dreams with passion, work hard, take risks, learn from failure, but never lose yourself in the process. Be proud of who you are becoming. Your future will not be defined by one test score, one mistake, one title, or one moment. It will be defined by your character, your relationships, your compassion, and the way you make others feel. Tonight, your community is proud of you. Your families are proud of you. Your teachers are proud of you. Most importantly, I hope you leave here proud of yourself. Congratulations, class of 2026. Continue to believe in yourselves, continue to support one another, and continue to become the very best version of who you already are. Thank you, and best wishes for an incredible future ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Flynn. As we proceed to call the roll for the class of 2026 and honor each graduate individually, I would like to remind graduates, families, and friends that the commencement ceremony is a solemn occasion representing a rite of passage. It is a time of honoring achievement. It is one of the most important ceremonies in a person's life and should be afforded the proper decorum that a sincere ceremony deserves. To this end, I need to ask for all of you here tonight to help make this a truly dignified ceremony. During the roll call, guests need to remain seated until all of our graduates have exited. Our last graduate deserves the same level of decorum as our first graduate. I also ask that you respect each of our graduates by refraining from whistling, horn blowing, or other demonstrative actions during the roll call. This is of particular importance to parents, grandparents, and friends who wish to hear their graduate's name being read. The parents of every graduate deserve to hear the name of their student today. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we have the opportunity to honor graduates in personal ways. That's when you can use the air horns. Your cooperation in maintaining the dignity of this ceremony and respecting each graduate of this class is expected and will be greatly appreciated. Our administrators, board members, will now organize the diplomas for distribution and call the roll for the Coldwater High School graduating class of 2026. Mr. Toby Kirk and Ms. Rebecca Heaton will read the roll call. Dr. Frederick, would you please come forward to congratulate our graduates? Mr. Brian Shirk and Ms. J.C. Horman will be helping our students to the stage. Mr. Palmer will help you distribute diplomas, and I'll be greeting graduates as they leave.
Jackson Silla. Afnan Munasser. Janet Rucker. Sebastian Ocampo. Juan Ocampo. Tucker Wishmeyer. Talon Dahl. Zahur Ahmed. Belkis Adam. Ala Abdullah. Bashir Adam. Rehab Ahmed. Zainab Atwain. Nada Ahmed. Reham Sharif. Kendra Bassett. Macy Cox. Kylie Cook. Jonah Dove. Waad Maflahi. Wilaya Maflahi. Fuzia El Gashash. Cadence George. Samantha Bernard.
Mark Al-Qadi. Miranda Walensky. Macy Paradis. Ava Resignal. Kelsey Gruner. Morgan Baker. Mackenzie Searing. Dominic Roney. Mallory McConnell. Tara Watkins. Sarah Osborne. Sonia Vorse. Claire Jones. Brooke Krantz. Bree Harris. Talia Mishke. Electra Smith. Trishelle Allen. Zainab Nasser. Roop Eldib. Amal Hussein. Shad Aldabani.
Perla Esquivel Munoz. Theodore Counterman. Liam Clark. Austin Accardi. Owen Tappenden. Michael Wright. Luke Stevens. Brennan King. Nasim Taha. Alexander Martinez. Junior Granados Valderrama. Braylon Austin. Maya Porter. Danica Cox. Riley Van Aken. Coley Burkhart. Maria Ortiz. Braylon Burley. Ava Gilchrist. Abby Garcia. Julian Thompson. Brian Martinez Robles. Gavin Taylor. Michaela Warren. Novell Sheehan. Olivia Gomatis.
Magali Bustos Alberto. Brooke Adams. Cameron Adkins. Olivia Searles. Natalia Blankenship. Jackson Fosdick. Cameron Durham. Isabella Stoneberg. Brianna Richardson. Jonathan Waldvogel. Haley Walters. Branson Dittmer. Tyler Wentz. Clayton Reynolds. Avery Bugarin. Allison Castaneda. Salat Morera Valdez. Francisco Ramos Gonzalez. Alyssa Carrion. Dina Ahmed. Victoria Villadiego. Simon Yakushik. Diana Limos Nunez. Samuel Pania Avendano. Matthew North. Ashlyn Kleckner. Lily Thomas.
Kaylee Baker. Chelsea McKinley. Aubrey Martin. Esmeralda Chavero. Gabriela Bonilla Saravia. Jocelyn Gallegos Bolanos. Love Rosalva. Isabel Friend. Bennett McDonald. Colton Calhoun. Braden Wilkins. Benjamin Utrecht. Jake Fosdick. William Martinson. Brendan McCon. Cooper Cohn. Dylan Urin. Brock Vickers. Kale Weiss.
Cody Morrison. Cooper McKinley. Amaya Weller. Eva Stroop. Sienna Lazinski. Delilah Riekoff. Reagan Smith. Avery Massey. Dayton Miller. Caden Roby. Andro Valleda Lara. Angel Huertas Miranda. Emmanuel Velasquez. Wilfredo Cervantes. Haley McFarland. Carly Krasansky. Joshua Colley. Maxwell Garn. Lucas Cook. Zachary Robinson. Aiden Parker. Caden Wood. Nicholas Marin Bustamante.
Alexander Vasquez Garcia. Alexander Rocha Navarro. Michael Johns. Charlotte Stow. Sophia Gruner. Madison Moore. Marin DeBow. Madison Armstrong. Madeline Greif. Cooper Otto. Landon Sizemore. John Lake. Taylor Eberts. Dominic Tackett. Kiara Cook. Madison Stumpf. Garrett Klotz. Johnny Rivera Rodriguez. Caleb Munson. Ethan Musselman. Ian Schindler. London Elkins.
Kaylee Williams.
How you doing, Kurt?
Big day, right? Braden Mataska. Fair. Gage Fuller. Yadira Salas. Aliak Sintran Batista. David Winger. Cameron Wilson. Kaylee Wilson. Austin Fenningsdorf. Nathaniel Gillespie. Caleb Miller. Bradley Shaw. Evan Notestein. Madison DeWitt. Maya Berg. Angelia Palmer. Angel Brito Salto. Amr Al-Matar. Malik Al-Salahi. Alias Ali. Isha Askar. Zara Norman. Raul Cecilio. Zayden Castro. Jace Ferguson.
Hudaifa Mukit. Caleb Winfrey. Riley Van Buskirk. Sultan El Khasemi. Yahya Saeed. Mohsen Umari. Hamam Nasser. Nasser Abdullah. Isam Ahmed. Tayshawn Fields. Zayden El Ghabri. Asil Ahmed. Yasin Abdullah. Yaqub El Dubai. Amran Mohsen. Osmel Garcia Feliciano. Hamza Yahya. Noah McEwen. Ricarina Julsain. And Avian Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one big round of applause to the class of 2026. At this time, I welcome Senior Class Vice President Sebastian Ocampo to come forward with Dr. Frederick and certify the class of 2026.
Coldwater High School Class of 2026, please stand.
Mr. Flynn, members of the board, faculty, and guests, in accordance with my authority as school board president, I hereby certify that the members of this class have successfully fulfilled the graduation requirements, the state of Michigan, and the Coldwater Community Schools.
Graduates, please move your tassels. Honored guests, faculty members, staff, relatives, and friends, it is my honor to introduce to you the Coldwater High School Class of 2026.
Thank you.